gobbler. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback niggas on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff them down, get off of me. Back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, Football fast, they sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fast. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah.
I just hike the ball and I look for the open man. The zone, I'm trying to get in. Open the playbook, the book of the champion. Get flipped if you trying to get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long, on first in the
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Double tight. 21. Hey, let's go.
Now Ryan on second down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a give to Miller. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Loss of 2 on the play.
On second down, Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Bobby Wagner coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punter King to send it away. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Nick Chubb, 38 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be just because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there, 78 yards. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He finds an opening past the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Hey, Tuesday, go!
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Telvin Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
4 down, check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
21.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
There we go.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Dumps off to Powell. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Red, up! Hey, 18. Hey, gotta go. Gotta go. Blue. Hey, gotta go.
This is Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Red, up! Blue. Red, up! Gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 51 yards. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Coleman spinning away. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman, 15 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And that one results in 35 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Ryan. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Set up. 18.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, gotta go.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Saints add on to their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Alert! 3 down, go!
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert him to being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Getting it out left side to Sanu. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Mike 25! Mike 50! Here we go, D. Here I come. Gun! 25 tonight!
To throw again is Ryan. And Dixon has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he's got room. Throw left side, complete to Ross. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coleman. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain. Abilities here on second down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And it's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
You're on an island over there. You're on an island. Gotta go. 80's getting the ball here. 80's getting the ball.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Get up!
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got it to Williams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Gotta go.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Gotta go.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Hey, gotta go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Hey, 18. Hey.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now he's flushed out left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Let's go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And here come the Redskins now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Tighten up. Hey, let's go.
They begin with a run by Miller. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Dances by him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Hands up.
On second down, Trubisky. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Dancing to his left. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Right side into the hands of Akins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Blue, blue. Gotta go, gotta go.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tevin Coleman saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Saints just continue to roll. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this. Until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He's going to get it running right. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Bo Allen on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, let him go.
On second down, Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Got a man, it's complete. Williams, his second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on third down, very proficient, and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Double tight. 20. Even. Let go.
Ryan. Underneath for Miller. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear.
That is
By the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Gotta go. Lock hands up. Hey, we got
Throwing here, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. Now Trubisky lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Tight end right. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Hey, gotta go. Hold the look, hold. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Trubisky will throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Single receiver.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to... build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Four down. Here we go. What? 90.
Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And an alley to run. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. Wide open, Julian Edelman. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Edelman, and that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Get him, boys. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex Brown. Flex Brown. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Ohio. Ohio. Rip right. Rip right.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Three down.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, we got 3.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd down, Ryan. He is going to find Hill here. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again is Ryan. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Ryan, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Coleman now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go! Flex round! Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Hey, get him!
Throwing, Hundley. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
On the play.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
4 down, 4 down. Check, check. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Go, go.
Here's Mostert, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12.
We got 4. We got 5.
Now Hundley. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Miles Jack coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's brought down.
feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Where I came from, the bottom flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's talking, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hate it or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. It's the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already dead. It was written in the children's story. Their life's up, so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm, have it stars.